That was Shatrughan Sinha taking potshots at his own party. We've now got breaking news coming in that the Sahara Group seems to have been taken for a ride by an American company which promised to bail it out. Sahara has gone on record saying that the American company Mirach Capital has duped it. Sahara was in talks with Mirach for funds totaling nearly 10,000 crore rupees, which would give Sahara the money it needed to bail out its chief, Subrata. For more on this story, I want to go across to our news pit. Joining us from there is my colleague Simi Pasha. Simi, what can you tell us?
So, Rahul, I'll take you through the story in three parts. Firstly, what happened is that a Miami-based company, Mirach Capital, it was reported in January, had agreed to give a three-part loan cum investment to the Sahara Group, whereby it would pay about $1.5 billion to the Sahara Group. It would buy out the loan from Bank of China and also invest money in the Sahara Group, would also give Sahara's Subrata enough money to pay his bail. Now, this money was being given to the Sahara Group against three properties of the Sahara, the Grosvenor House in London and two hotels in New York. What we found out now about this company is that the Bank of America, which was reportedly the bank whose name was given by lawyers of Sahara before the Supreme Court, has come out and clarified that it is in no way related to this transaction, which means the bank is saying that we are not keeping any money aside for this transaction. We don't have the $1.5 billion as was alleged by Mirach Capital owner Saransh Sharma.
So somebody promised them $1.5 billion. Exactly. They thought that money was there. Now the bank tells them the money wasn't there.
Absolutely. What's more interesting, Rahul, now is that we found out that Saransh Sharma, who reportedly owns Mirach, has a couple of lawsuits pending against him for reportedly producing fake documents to obtain loans.
How did they get caught? They're one of India's biggest companies.
Exactly, which is a big question that we need to ask at this point, because Sahara's corporate head of finance, Sandeep Adwa, had come out and said this is a win-win deal for us. How can a company which has billions of investments and assets across the world be duped into such a small and such a silly transaction? They didn't even verify the...
Maybe they were just so keen on finding the money to get Sahara Shri out that they were willing to believe anyone.
Or maybe this is a deal or a possible transaction that needs to be probed further. Whether this was actually a transaction, a clean financial transaction, or whether there's something fishy going on, that's something that agencies will have to probe now.
Okay, we're going to leave it over there. Very, very intriguing. One of India's biggest corporates. Thank you very much, Simi Pasha, for joining us. One of India's biggest corporates taken for a ride. They thought they had $1.5 billion lying in an account. Turns out that money was never there. Given the fact that Sahara faces these serious charges of having looted money from others or taking money away from investors, this one coming and hitting them hard. An official complaint now being registered.